In this lab, you are going to study the design of a PID controller on a permanent magnet DC servo motor to control its speed using the hardware prototype. There are two objectives of this lab. First, you will design a PID controller on a permanent magnet DC servo motor for its speed control operation. Secondly, you will tell the effect of disturbance on a closed loop system. You will have to change the PID gains and you will have to observe the effect of the disturbance. In the last lab, you have studied how to design a PID controller. The same steps will be followed here. First, you will obtain an open loop response and determine what needs to be improved. Then you have to add a proportional controller to improve the rise time. Then you have to add derivative and integral controller, and you have to adjust the values of Kp, Ki and Kd until you obtain the desired response. We will begin with the concept of a transducer. A transducer is a device that converts energy from one form to another. Usually a transducer converts a signal in one form of energy to a signal in another. Transducers are often used in automation, measurement and control system where electrical signals are converted from one form to another. The process of converting one form of energy to another is also known as transduction. Usually the output of electrical variable of a transducer cannot be directly used for direct measurement to carry out to the feedback system. For example, the output voltage range may not be the desired one, the supplied power signal may be too low, or the electrical variable may not be the one requested. These are the reasons due to which we cannot use the transducer directly mostly, and we have to use a signal conditioner unit. The signal conditioner, which is usually electronic type, is an instrument for converting an electrical variable into another one which is more suitable to the specific application. Tachogenerators are electromechanical devices which output a voltage proportional to their shaft speed. They are used to power tachometer and to measure the speed of motor, engine and other rotational devices. The tachogenerator can supply a DC output voltage proportional to the angular speed with no help from any external component. However, in order to be adapted to other modules and to ease the measurement, a tachogenerator is supplied with its own signal conditioner. The output voltage from tachogenerator can be measured directly at the terminal 22 and at the ground point. This is the G36A module that we are going to use in this lab for the speed and position control. Here you can attach the power. You have to attach both 30 volt and 12 volt power supply here. From here you can generate your set point. There are two error amplifiers here, this one and this one, which are used basically to calculate the error, which is the difference between the set point and the measured output. From here you can adjust your PID controller gain. This is proportional, integral and derivative controller. Next we have a current limiter block which is used for the protection of the circuit. If there is excessive current in the circuit, it will just limit the current. This is the PWM power amplifier block from which you can drive your motor. You can see here there are 4 MOSFETs which is acting in the edge, which are here in the edge bridge configuration for driving the motor. You can attach the motor here. Here is a potentiometer conditioner and this is a tachogenerator conditioner. The purpose of the tachogenerator is basically it converts the motor rotation or shaft rotation into speed. Here is the speed detection block, and from here you can read the RPM of the motor. You can attach the motor at this point here. This is a DC motor module that we are going to use here. It has a slit encoder inside which is used for measuring the speed and position as well, and here is the braking system for the motor. You can also measure the position of the motor using this dial. You can see here there is a dial here for measuring the position. This is a 30 volt power supply that we are going to use with our DC motor and the G36A module. Here is there is a 12 volt power supply. Here is a fixed 5 volt power supply. Here is a 24 volt AC supply, and this is a 30 volt DC supply. Here from here you can generate variable voltage from 1.3 volt to 24 volt. Now let's move on to the lab tasks. In task number 1, we have to perform the open loop speed control operation and have to analyze the effect of disturbance on the system response. For this purpose, I directly applied the voltage to the motor, and the motor started running at a constant speed. In order to analyze the effect of the disturbance, I applied the brake to the motor shaft, and the motor speed reduced significantly. It does not retain its speed when I applied the brake. So after removing the brake, the motor started retaining its speed. So there was significant effect of disturbance on the system response. In task number 2, we have to perform the closed loop speed control operation and have to analyze the effect of the disturbance of the system. Let me show you a small demonstration of this task, and I will explain the effect of the controller gain when I applied the disturbance on closed loop. In task number 2, we have to perform automatic closed loop speed control operation and have to analyze the effect of the disturbance on the system response. This will be the circuit diagram that I am going to use. Here you can see that the set point is connected with the error amplifier 1. Error amplifier 1 is connected with the PID control with the current limiter, and current limiter with the power amplifier for driving the motor. Here you can see the pin number 34 and 35 of the G36A module will be connected with the motor. The transducer wire from the motor will be connected with the transducer point on the G36A module, and the tacho generator conditioner will be connected with the error amplifier 1 as a feedback. Now I will show you the small demonstration that how changing the controller gain will affect the response of the system. Now I am going to show you a small demonstration how to set up the equipment and how to make the connection for the experiment. Let's see this small demonstration of the video. First I am connecting the motor transducer wire to the transducer pin on the G36A module. Now I am powering up the module with the power supply. First I am connecting the 12 volt power supply. Then I will connect the 30 volt supply to the board. Here I am connecting the 30 volt supply to the G36A board. Now I am connecting the set point with the error amplifier 1 on pin number on the set point pin, which is pin number 5. Next I am connecting the error amplifier 1 output with the PID controller. Now I am making the connection for the PID controller gains. After the connections for the gains are made, I will connect the PID controller block with the current limiter unit. The purpose of this current limiter block is to limit the excessive current for the protection of the motor and circuit. Here you can see that the current limiter block is connected with the power amplifier, and I have made the connection here. Here you can see the motor driver module. There are 4 MOSFETs, and you can attach the motor at these points or either at these points. Now I am making the motor connection. I have connected the positive terminal with the positive, negative terminal with the negative, and positive terminal with the positive. Now I am connecting the tacho generator pin with the error amplifier. Basically this will be a feedback for our error amplifier. Error amplifier will get the output from the tacho generator conditioner block. This is how you can set up your equipment. Now I have turned on the power supply. The set point is already adjusted, and here you can probably see that the motor is running. You can see the encoder shaft rotating, and here you can measure the position of the shaft. The motor is rotating at a very high speed, that's why you cannot see the position needle here. In real time you can see the position needle here. In order to apply the brake, you can turn this knob. I am turning the knob. This braking will cause a disturbance to the system response. When I apply the brake, you can see here that the speed of the motor will reduce significantly. The responses that I got after the experiment, if there were some overshoot, I was changing the value of KD. To improve the rise time, I was changing the value of KP, and in order to remove the steady state error, I was changing the value of KI. This is how you have to adjust the values of KP, KI and KD to have a better response and to have maximum efficiency from the motor. In this task I am going to show you the effect of disturbance on the motor. What will be the effect, how the motor will behave when I apply the brakes, basically braking without disturbance. Then I will change the proportional, integral and derivative gain, and I will show you the behavior of the motor. If the KP value is too high, you will hear from the noise that there will be a jerky motion in the motor. And similarly you have to adjust the controller gain to have the maximum efficiency from the output. Now let's see this small video. ब्रेक ओपन करें, ब्रेक ओपन करें. This is how you can perform the experiment, and by changing the KP, KI and KD gains you can change the system behavior. For the position control of DC motor, you have to follow the same steps that you have used in the speed control. You have to change the KP, KI and KD gains, and you have to observe the position of the motor. When the KP, KI and KD gains are changing, the error will also be changing. And this the response of the position control of DC motor using the PID will be similar to this graph. Here you can see the blue line is the set point, the red line is the measured response, green line is the error which is increasing and decreasing as well. This is how you will perform the position control operation. For the post-slip task, you have to do a comparative analysis of disturbance in open and closed loop for both speed and position control of DC motor.